Have you been having issues with your four-wheel drive on your Toyota Tacoma? Well, we have one potential solution that might fix it. Let's get started. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dirtnation Offroad. So today we are bringing you a Tacoma repair video. Now, Tacoma owners, you guys love your trucks, right? Are they good trucks? Yeah, they're good trucks, but I'll tell you what. The new ones, the 2016 and newer third gen Tacomas, boy, do they have a lot of electronic issues. And as it progressively gets newer, it has more and more electronic issues. Well, today we are addressing an electronic issue. So right now, the truck is having issues with shifting to four-wheel drive, whether it be four high, four low, it just will not do it. Now, I've seen this problem happen on quite a few different Tacomas. Turns out their fix was the front diff 4x4 actuator, which is what we're going to be changing in this video. So I've already picked one up on Amazon. These are pretty affordable. It's between 70 and 80 bucks for one of these. I did not check with the dealership because these are fairly simple to change, so I'm okay just going with an Amazon one, because if it doesn't work, I can always just turn around and go and get one from the dealer. So we're going to try out one of these, let you guys know how it works out, and hopefully that's going to take care of our issue. First things first, we'll jump inside the truck, we'll show you what's going on, then we'll go from there. Let's fire her up. Now, I mentioned electronic issues, right? Just bear with me for a second. Look at every fucking light that I have on. Isn't that terrific? Don't you guys love all these lights I have on? Check engine, airbag, seatbelt, 4x4 is stuck in purgatory, and then traction and freaking what is that, track off, and then stability control, and then tire pressure sensor. Isn't this great? We're doing great so far. Now, for the purposes of this video, I am having issues with four-wheel drive. So let's click off all of our stuff right here. So when I try to do four-wheel drive, lights are on but no one's home. It is perpetually stuck in this blinking mode where it would normally be trying to get into four-wheel drive or getting out of four-wheel drive. It is stuck doing that. Currently the truck's out of four-wheel drive. Turns out what it most likely is, and hopefully we'll be able to fix in this video, is that 4x4 actuator. Hopefully it's not an issue inside the transfer case, because there is an actuator inside there, but I've seen this happen with other trucks and it turns out being the one inside the front diff. So that's what we're going to start with, replacing that and seeing if that works. Now, to get this started, I'm going to go ahead and take off the skid plate because we got to get to the front diff. And then depending on, I think it's on the passenger side, the actuator, I'm going to jack up the truck so that we can take off the old actuator. We'll show you, we'll crack it open. We'll see if there's actually water inside, and then we'll go ahead and change it from there and then see what works and what didn't. Let's get started. All right, let's take a look underneath here, show you exactly what we have to work with. So here's our culprit right here. It's connected to the diff. There's a connection on there, 4 bolts, and then a vacuum line or breather, whatever it is. But we're gonna go ahead and start taking this out and see how it goes. Let's see, take off. Got electrical connection with some Azusa mud on it, and I guessed, let's see if I'm right, that it was a 12, and it is. So let's start taking this off. Looks like it does have some kind of gasket on there, so I'm curious if, and I'm probably gonna need a short 12. So let's see. Okay. So I'm putting, because there's like no space to work with, this last bolt on the top right, I'm doing middle finger left hand and index finger on the right hand and just spinning it like little by little. So that's gonna be a bitch to put back on, but let's get it off and we'll figure out the rest. Okay, we're out now. Cool. Okay, so that's that. Check out our actuator now. Okay, there goes fluid. Okay, we're gonna let this drip for a second. I want to crack this open and see if it's all rusty inside or how it's looking. We're gonna do that. All right, as I said, just out of curiosity, I'm curious how much water got inside of this, because yes, where the actuator is, fluid or oil will touch right there, but this is supposed to be a sealed unit, so I'm curious what we're playing with here. Oh, come on. None of my screwdrivers are gonna work. I need a screwdriver that works. Okay, third time's a charm. It's getting dark. Let's fucking do this. I'm trying to learn to do you guys something here. All right, here goes nothing. There you go. So, yeah, you see all that rust in there? Oh, it's all rusty and wet. I'm gonna say this is definitely our issue, 100%. Cool. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means I'm gonna open up the new one and I'm going to seal it up with some silicone before I install it, because I think that would be ideal. Now, to be honest, you know, yeah, it's rusty, but that is not that bad, TBH. That is not that bad, considering this truck has been out and playing in Azusa since the day I got it, which is 5 years ago. So, yes, it looks bad, but all things considered, it's not too shabby. Okay, so you see, open that up. Look at that, no problems. Okay, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna set that right there for a second. We have some trusty RTV that I'm just gonna put a layer all the way around the bolt holes right there. See, there is a rubber gasket on here, but guess what? I don't trust it. So RTV, you know, just a hefty amount, not a hefty amount, but you just got to get some in between the gasket and the plastic, and that will do the job. See, we got gasket all the way around there, and now we're gonna go ahead and just throw this back on here. Make sure we line up everything we need to line up. All right, back to it underneath. All right, before we run out of daylight, let's start cleaning up. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna clean up this old gasket right here. Smooth out this surface. Jacked up the driver's side just a tick hair. That way we can just ensure that no fluid comes out of there, because we want this to be a nice tight seal. All right, this is gonna suck. Okay. Home stretch. We're gonna put on our breather. All right, she's installed. Here goes nothing. Let's see. Okay. That is four-wheel drive. Fuck yeah. Aye. I'm still on the jack stand. Oops. Yeah, it's recommended when you jack up your truck, you don't try and drive off with the jack underneath. Oops. Let's just put that there. Let's go revert or neutral. Okay, that's 4 low. And 4-wheel drive is off. So we're good. So there it is. We are back to factory specs. We are in working order. All is good to go. Right now, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is fill up the front diff, because we did lose a little bit of fluid. Probably not enough to like really worry, but I'm gonna fill it up just to be on the safe side. And then at that point, wrap it up. We are all done here. But that was a pretty quick install. I did it in about 2 hours. Now, I'll tell you, if I wasn't having issues with the RTV and I knew exactly what tools I needed, because this was my first time doing it, I probably could have done it in about an hour, maybe, you know, hour and a half at most. But there it is. That is an install of the 4x4 actuator on our 2017 Toyota Tacoma. Now, for you guys out there, this will be good for second gen, third gens, even maybe the first gen has this inside their diff. I'm not 100% sure. Comment down below if it does, but I know a lot of 4x4s have electronic actuator like this, especially modern vehicles. Even the Jeeps have them. You know, it's a common thing, and once these parts get wet and you sink them underwater, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna fail. So know what you know, that way you can get yourselves back on the trail and be good to go. And then for the part that I got, I will link it down below to Amazon. That is where I got mine. But that's it for this install. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make scratch channels, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Patreon. You know, this is it for sure, tats, hoodies, and all those other goodies. DirtNationoffroad, BigCartel.com. Until next time, thank you guys. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.